Okay. So yesterday we were talking about the replication of DNA. You remember what is replication of DNA? No idea. Replication of DNA means duplication of DNA. One DNA divides and forms two nuclei. Am I right? So one DNA divides and you get two new DNAs, two daughter DNAs. This process we call as replication of DNA. This is what we have seen yesterday. Half of the replication process we have seen, the mechanism we have seen. We will review the mechanism fast now. The point we have seen that DNA duplicates itself during which time? During the synthetic phase of cell cycle. You know, cell cycle, that is mitosis we are talking about, meiosis we are talking about. So when the cell is dividing, you see that there is a pre-stage of division. Just before the dividing stage, there is a synthesizing process. There is a preparation for the coming division. And that is said to be the interphase. So during interphase, the duplication of DNA takes place. This is what we have seen yesterday. And another important thing we have seen yesterday, then the replication of DNA is called semi-conservative mode of replication. Semi-conservative mode of replication, that means, I told you yesterday, semi means half. Half of the part is conserved. That means one parental DNA or maternal DNA divides. You get two daughter DNAs, but in both the DNAs, 50% belongs to the parental DNA. So that is why we call it as semi-conservative mode of replication. And this picture I have shown and I told you. So this is the parental DNA. When this parental DNA divides, you get two DNAs. And you see in both the daughter DNAs, one strand belongs to parent. That is, the green strand belongs to parent, and the red strand, that is totally new. In this case also the same manner. So that is why you say out of the two strands of the DNA, one strand is conserved as it is, and that is belongs to the parent. Another strand, that is synthesized new. And this proposal, who brought and who is the man who proposed all these things? I mean the DNA structure and the DNA replication and all done by two scientists, Watson and Crick. They did it jointly. For that, they got the Nobel Prize also there in the year, I think 1968 or 64 something. I'm not remembering the year exactly now. Now, we have seen the process of replication of DNA. I told you that in that there are 7 steps. And all the 4 steps you have seen over here at test stage. That is activation of nucleotides. That is the first point. Second point is then point of origin or initiation point. Third is unwinding of DNA molecule. And fourth is then replication fork, replicating fork. So these are the 4 in one section we have seen. We have completed up to here yesterday, these 4 parts. And after that, we have seen yesterday, there are 3 more stages. 3 more stages, that is, one is called, the 5th one is called synthesis of new strands. 6th one, leading strand and lagging strand. And 7th one is that formation of 2 daughter DNA molecules. And before that, there is a technical term given over there. I have given so much importance to that. That is why I given there as a separate state there, or separate step there. That is regarding Okazaki fragments. These are the main important point to be remembered. So we have seen all the 7 steps in short. Then we have seen what is the first step. The first step is that activation of nucleotides. What we have seen there in activation of nucleotides. What do you understood from that? Please write there in the chat box in short form, very fast. My question is that, what do you know about activation of nucleotides? That is the beginning of DNA replication. What is that? In the nucleoplasm, there are so many nucleotides. And all these nucleotides are mostly in the form of monophosphate. And these monophosphate nucleotides are getting activated because of the ATP molecules and the phosphorylase enzyme. That means there one important activity is taking place, that is called phosphorylase. All the nucleotides which are there in the nucleoplasm, the entire process is taking place there in the nucleus. So all these nucleotides which are there in the nucleoplasm is getting phosphorylated. For phosphorylation, two things are required. One is phosphorylase enzyme is required and ATPs are required. So by using the ATP molecules, the nucleotides are getting activated, means the nucleotides are becomes triphosphates. Now look at over here. You can see that all the 4 different types of nucleotides are formed. Okay. And these are deoxyribonucleotide triphosphate. This is monophosphate and this is triphosphate. Now it is clear to you, friends? Is it clear? Now we go to the next one that also we have seen yesterday. But we have seen the point of origin. You know that DNA is a long molecule, and when the DNA replicates, DNA is not replicating from one end. The replication is starting from here and there of the DNA. Maybe it depends upon the length of the DNA. If it is short, the number of that points may be less. But in this slide, I'm showing you that at three locations now you see the DNA is getting separated. Now mostly the DNA is a double stranded, but 2 locations. One, this location you see both the strands are getting separated. Here also both the strands are getting separated. Here also both the strands are getting separated. And this is the first thing. And this separation is taking place because of the enzyme called endonuclease. The endonuclease enzyme, what you can say, that initiating this process. As a result of that, on DNA at different locations, you can see this kind of origin you can see. And this is what is called the origin or the initiation point. Origin or initiation point. And these origins, you can see that may be many. That the origins, we can say they are many or they are multiple. They are not at one point. Okay. Now after this point, we have seen that as a result of this origin, now you see both the strands are getting separated. Once these 2 strands got separated, now you see here there is a wide gap over here. Now here you can see the DNA is in a paired condition. Now here the strand is in paired condition, but at this location, now you see both the strands got separated. Both the strands are separated, and once these 2 strands got separated, these 2 strands cannot come back to coiling or pairing again. Once it is separated, that is separated forever. ये आप ध्यान में रखना, एक बार DNA strand duplication के लिए या replication के लिए separate हो गया तो that separation is forever, because the moment the DNA strands are getting separated, there you can notice that some special molecules are getting attached there. There one special structure will come that we call as single-stranded binding proteins. Single-stranded DNA binding proteins will come and occupy. So once these single-stranded DNA come together, then you can notice that they cannot come back to its original position. Yeah, they cannot go for recoiling. And during this time, once the origin is formed, then next is that the DNA strands are getting unwinding because it is there in a coiled condition. So there what happens that because of with the help of the enzymes, especially there is an enzyme called a DNA helicase, and with the help of the DNA helicase enzyme, the hydrogen bonds which are formed between the nitrogen base pairs, because this is the nitrogen base of this strand, this is the nitrogen base of this strand. So between these 2 nitrogen bases, or this we can say as a pair, there is a hydrogen bond. It may be of 2 bonds or 3 bonds. So there is a bond, and this bond must break. And to break this bond, an enzyme is used called DNA helicase enzyme. So when the DNA helicase enzyme is breaking this bond, these two strands are getting separated. These two strands are getting separated like this. And once the strand got separated, then immediately, as I told you before, the single-stranded DNA binding protein occupying the position of the unpaired nitrogen bases on both the strands, and there, because of that, they cannot come back to recoiling. Okay, they cannot come back to recoiling. Now, the bond is made up of weak hydrogen bonds. The bond which is there, that is weak hydrogen bonds. Between sugar and phosphate, there is a bond that is called a phosphodiester bond. But between the nitrogen base pairs, the bond which is there, that is called weak hydrogen bonds. Between adenine and thymine, two weak hydrogen bonds are there. Between thymine and guanine and cytosine, there are 3 weak hydrogen bonds. I think this is clear to you. I got a question from the students. I don't want to tell you the name. But the person who asked the name, asked the question, I think it is clear to you. Okay. So you can see then, so the weak hydrogen bonds are breaking. And finally, what happens? Now you see this picture over here. You can see both the strands are getting separated. And when both the strands got separated in this manner, now you can see over here, it is getting separated. The hydrogen bonds broken. Now the strands are getting separated. And thereby, you can see that at 2 ends, this is what is called the origin. And every origin, you can see that there are 2 Y-shaped structures over there. 2 Y-shaped structures you can see for every origin. Now also, if you observe here, you can see that 2 Y-shaped structures. Here one Y appearing, here one Y appearing, and 2 Y, yeah, even fork-like structure is formed over there. And this is what is called a replication fork. Okay. And this is regarding the unwinding. And this actually, the whole thing, if you see, then only you can understand, because this is now at the end area. Now again, it has to come back. This is entire replication process they are showing over there in this slide or in this particular picture. Okay. Now leading strand, lagging strand, DNA replication is almost getting over here. Now look at here. Now this is the DNA helicase enzyme. I said this DNA helicase enzyme, you see, this is going ahead. It goes like this in this manner. When it is going moving in this manner, you can see that there the unwinding taking place at one side. At the same time, replication, everything is going on simultaneously. Oh, yaad rakhna. So may all these things we are seeing there in stepwise, but don't think that once one get over, then we'll go to next. No, nothing like that. So one side, the origin is formed, replication fork is formed, the helicase enzyme is acting on it, and at the same time, wherever the strands are getting separated, simultaneously the new strands also getting synthesized. So all these things are going on simultaneously, that you have to keep in mind. So this much we have seen. Yeah, this is the replication fork. Now you see, this is the 4th step. Now the strands got separated, and immediately new strands are formed over there. New strands are formed over there. And during this time, if you look at this DNA is having a shape that is called a Y shape. And this is looking like a fork. And that is why this area is said to be replication fork. So wherever one origin is there, at that origin, you can see that 2 fork will be there. One fork at this end and the other fork at other end. And DNA replication is taking place both the directions. Both the direction, I mean, if there is an origin to the left as well as to the right, you can see that the replication process is going on. So all the things are going on simultaneously. So this is the last point we have done yesterday. Up to here we have done, right? And today we want to start the new topic. I mean the remaining part of the new topic, the same topic. Okay, steps of DNA replication goes on continuously as the forward and backward wheels of vehicles. Good. Now, for a short period of time, friends, for 1 minute, we will go for a poll. Now you see, you are going to get one poll over there. Now you see, I'm launching one poll. You will get 1 minute time. In 1 minute time, you have to give me the answer. Okay, I'm launching the poll. Okay, 44 seconds, 46, 47, 48, 50, 10 seconds baki, 8 seconds baki, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 4. The time is over. Now you see, I'm going to share the result. Just see the result over there. So when you observe this, what do you see them? 44% of students are saying Griffith worked on bacteriophage. And 11% of people are saying that Drosophila. And frog eggs, nobody said. And 44 people saying Streptococcus. What is the correct answer? Use the chat box right now. What is the correct answer? What is the correct answer? Now you see two answers. One is bacteriophage, other one is Streptococcus, getting equal percentage. The correct answer is, yes, I'm getting the answer over there. The correct answer is Streptococcus. Okay, so Streptococcus is the correct answer. Now imagine that here 30, how many people are there? 33 people are there. So 32 you take, yeah, 31 you take. Out of that you see 44%, means 50% coming over there as a, not 50-50, out of this answering 44% bacteriophage, 44% saying that it is Streptococcus. Remember, Streptococcus people, whoever answered as Streptococcus, very good, keep it up. And bacteriophage people, you just see that your answer is wrong. Bacteriophage, with bacteriophage, someone else has done the result. I mean, experiment that I'm not saying right now. So you just see that where you are wrong and correct yourself. Now I'm going to stop this share, and after that we will go to the today's topic. Okay. Now this part is over like that. Now we go to the next one. That is today's topic. The next stage of this review also we have seen yesterday. I don't want to repeat that. Now we come to the next part and the most important part of the replication of DNA, which we call the synthesis of new DNA strands. Now you see the DNA is prepared itself for the synthesis of a new strand. And we have seen that during the first step itself, that in the nucleoplasm, there are so many nucleotides, and these nucleotides are also got activated. Now nucleotides are got activated, the DNA strand is ready to be synthesized new strand. So everything is ready, and so the next point is that synthesize a new strand. How the DNA will synthesize a new strand. So before that, I just want to ask a simple question, that now you see that when we are constructing a small building or small room or whatever, you know, we need bricks. Am I right? We need bricks. Basic item we need is that bricks. Yes or no? Yes. So these bricks we can consider that is similar to nucleotide. Now you see, once the bricks are ready, now you are going to construct a wall. अभी समझो एक wall बांधने के लिए जा रहे हैं. ये wall बांधने के लिए ये bricks कहाँ रखेंगे? नहीं तो एक building आपको construct करना है. So आपको direct ये building का उधर एक brick लेके रखे आपको काम चालू करने को नहीं होगा. You have to do something. If you are going to construct a room, I mean building, or if a room, or to make a wall, you need a foundation first. First, a foundation is, a base is required, foundation is required. First, you are laying the foundation. And once the foundation is laid, and on that foundation, you are keeping the bricks. One above the other, you are keeping the bricks. So similar manner, here also, when the DNA is synthesizing a new strand, they need a base. They need a base. In this case, that base is nothing, that is an RNA primer. A small RNA primer will go to the DNA synthesizing area. Now, where the DNA will be synthesized, that is the important point. Now, you see the DNA strand, you can see there in this manner. And this DNA strand, we are always reading from left to right. When you read DNA from left to right, this DNA, I say 5' to 3' direction DNA. Now, how the 5' and the 3' you can say? I think that you may remember yesterday I told you that the sugar molecule of the nucleotide is having 5 carbon. You remember that? Yesterday I told you the deoxyribose sugar is having 5 carbon. Remember that? Yes. So in that, the sugar molecule is in the form of a ring. In that, the carbon is arranged in a clockwise manner. First carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, like that. The fifth carbon is always out. To the fifth carbon, the phosphate can be attached. Or I will do one thing. I will go to the previous slide. I think that may be easy for you to understand what I say. I have to check that where this slide is available, or I have to आगे जाने का था. No, okay. बहुत पीछे जाना पड़ता है. Yes, I'm not getting it. Okay, I will go. I will go to the next 1 or 2 slides, and then I will show you that. Yeah, look at over here. Now, if you look at over here, you can see one thing that here also in the diagram there is yeah. Now look at the this is the sugar I said. Okay, if you have any doubt, no, you have to write down the chat box, because I'm keep on talking. It's not like classroom teaching now. So this is the sugar molecule, and in the sugar molecule you see there is a dot you can see over here. That is the direction of the sugar. So in this direction of the sugar, you can see that there is a carbon number like this. Carbon number 1. Here oxygen is there. Carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, carbon number 4, and outside the carbon number 5 will come. Okay, now look at over here. Here it comes directly. Carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, carbon number 4, and carbon number 5. That is outside. Okay, so what it says then, here the carbon number 5 is at this end, left side. इधर देखिए, इसमें कार्बन नंबर 5 कहां होता है? लेफ्ट साइड में होता है. To that fifth carbon, this phosphate is attached. And here this is the carbon number 3, and to this phosphate is attached. So one phosphate molecule is getting attached to the third carbon atom of one sugar and the fifth carbon atom of another sugar. So when you look at here in this diagram, you look at, you can see the fifth carbon is left side and the third carbon is on the right side. That is why we say this strand is running in 5' to 3' direction. So carbon number का carbon का position indicate करता है 5' और 3' में. So ये point आपको समझ में आया? Is it clear to you? Because here I told you carbon number is placed at fifth and the third, like, means 5 to 3' direction we always say. You got it clearly, friends? Okay. Now what I want to say that the RNA primer is always going and getting attached there at the third carbon atom, where the 3' end, this is called 3' end, and this is called 5' end, where this 3' end is there. Okay, that means on which DNA you want to synthesize a new strand, its 3' end, where it is there, opposite to that the primer will be placed. Got the point clearly now, friends? So where the RNA primer will be placed, in which direction of the DNA, or which end of the DNA, in which end of the DNA strand the RNA primer will be placed? 5' end or 3' end? Okay. Sakshi, you are written as 5' end. My question is that this is the DNA which are going to synthesize a new strand. So a new strand is not synthesized yet. So RNA primer has to go to one end of this DNA strand and then they have to start synthesizing. That means, just I told you just now, if you want to construct a wall, you need a base. So base is always there at down. बिल्डिंग का दीवार बांधने के लिए अब दीवार ब्रिक्स पहले आपको ऊपर रखने को नहीं होगा, ऊपर रखेगा तो ऊपर बैठेगा नहीं, सो ऊपर रखेगा तो वो नीचे गिर जाएगा. सो ब्रिक्स कहां रखना है, हमेशा नीचे रखने का है, नीचे से ऊपर का डायरेक्शन में बांध के जाना है. सेम मैनर, so if you want to synthesize a new DNA strand, the RNA primer, that is a base I say, that has to be attached to the 3' end of the DNA. Yeah, 3' end of the DNA. Okay, are you getting it clearly now? So now here the RNA primer is placed. And this RNA primer is placed with the help of an enzyme that is called DNA polymerase enzyme. And this DNA polymerase enzyme will take the control of the DNA synthesis. Now you see the RNA primer is kept. About that, one nucleotide has come, that is linked over there, paired over there. और उसका ऊपर दूसरा DNA strand रख दिया, I mean nucleotide रख दिया, तीसरा रख दिया, third one, fourth one रख दिया. So ये आगे keep on coming. And which one is the pairing? Which one is the compatible? Which is one is the pairing nucleotide? Compatible or complementary nucleotide that is left over here. So like this, how we are keeping bricks one above the other, the same manner, with the help of the DNA polymerase enzyme, this nucleotide is kept one above the other, yeah, one after the other, and thus in this method the DNA strand is synthesized. But remember, ये आपको हमेशा याद रखना, नया strand कभी भी synthesize करता है, that is always from 5' to 3' direction. DNA can synthesize only in a 5' to 3' direction. 5' आप याद रखना, ये 5' आपका बेस है. ओके, बेस में से ऊपर का डायरेक्शन आपको ब्रिक्स रख के जाने को मिलेगा. सेम मैनर in the 5' to 3' direction only nucleotides can be placed. Are you getting it clearly? So in which direction the new strand will be synthesized? In which direction the new strand will be synthesized? Please write in the chat box. Yeah, very good. So in the 5' to 3' direction only the new strand can be synthesized. I hope that it is clear to you. Now I'm going to the next picture. Now look at over here. Now you see the RNA primer is kept over there. And one more main point you have to remember over here. See, this is a DNA strand, right? This is the one of the parental DNA strand. This is another DNA strand of the parent. So both the strands are lying there. And both the strands are having an extension like this, remember. Okay, already I told you all these points, I'm not repeating it. So these two strands are there. But remember, where the RNA primer is placed, from there only the new strand will be synthesized. अब इधर देखिए, ये है actually 3' end. Are you following me? This is the 3' end. This end is unpaired, but primer is not kept over there. Primer kept over here. So where the primer has been placed, there, from there the new DNA will be synthesized. So ये भी आपको एक point याद रखना. And this process is going on. Here the enzyme which is used is called primase. So by the action of this primase enzyme, the primer, RNA primer is placed over there, and polymerase enzyme helping in synthesis of new DNA strand in the direction of 5' to 3' direction. Okay, so now I'm going to the next slide. See here. Now how the process is going on, now look at. Now you see, this is the old parental strand. On this old parental strand, one nucleotide is coming and placed over here. This is one nucleotide. Now you see this is the nucleotide. This nucleotide is coming and getting paired with the nitrogen base of the parent strand. This is unpaired nitrogen base of the parent strand. This is the parent strand. This is the unpaired nitrogen base. To this, you can see that the adenine containing nucleotide is placed, and this is getting paired by means of hydrogen bonds. Once this pairing is over, the next nucleotide will come, and that is getting connected. So when it is connected, this pairing is taking place at the same time between this phosphate and this sugar molecule. Again, one bond will be formed. So that bond is called phosphodiester bond. Now you see both the things are going on simultaneously. Either one pairing is taking place, here also one pairing is taking place. So both the pairing is taking place here by means of hydrogen bonds, here by means of phosphodiester bond. So this manner, the nucleotides are placed one after the other from 5' to 3' direction. Now look at the direction here, 5' to 3' direction. This process is going on. So this is about the synthesis of new strands. Is it clear to you, my friends? If you want to ask any question, Priya, you can write there in the chat box. Okay, because in chat box all provisions are given. No need to type also. Yes is there, no is there, everything is there in that. You just use all these facilities. Okay, so now I'm going to the next slide. Now you see, now the next step is the leading strand and lagging strand. Now what is the meaning of leading strand and lagging strand? Now you see over here, you can see one animation over here. The DNA is getting replicated. Now you see this is the parental DNA. It is getting replicated. The blue color indicates the DNA parental strands, and the red line indicates the new strands. Okay. Now when you observe over here, you can see that one red line that is going on continuously. Now look at over here. This is going on continuously. At the same time, you see over here there is a green mark over here. That green mark is saying that is RNA primer. That is the base of the replication of the DNA, on which the one strand you see that is synthesizing continuously without any break. Now look at there. Only you can see the red line over there. Nothing other than that. Only one green line you can see, that is at the beginning, rest all red. But at the same time, on opposite strand, look at there. Something specific you can see there. What you can see there? You see there are small fragments forming over there. Now you see in between green comes, then red comes, then again green comes, red comes. At the same time, the red is getting joining. So this kind of synthesizing you can say. Okay. So one strand you can say that is synthesized continuously without any break. Other strand you can say that small fragments are formed. Later on, the fragments are getting joined. And accordingly, you can say one strand is synthesized continuously, in other strand is synthesized discontinuously. And the strand which is synthesized continuously, that is known as leading strand. That strand we can say leading strand. What do you say? What I said now? The strand which is synthesizing continuously is called as what? Please write there in the chat box. Leading strand. But opposite strand, look at them. That strand is formed not continuously, that is there in small fragments, and later on it becomes joined. That strand is called lagging strand. So what is leading strand? What is the other name of leading strand in between I said? What is leading strand meaning? Come on, tell me fast. Quickly you write there in the chat box. Continuous strand. So leading strand is a continuous strand because it is synthesized continuously. Whereas lagging strand, that is not continuously, it is called discontinuous strand. That strand we can say as discontinuous strand. Okay. Now look at the next part of it. Now you can see here, over here, if you look at, you can say, now you see these are the small units. देखिए RNA primer add कर दिया और उसके बाद ये छोटा टुकड़ा form किया, फिर एक टुकड़ा form किया. So like this, small fragments are formed over here. I'm talking about the discontinuous strand, yeah, lagging strand. So in lagging strand, small fragments are formed, and these small fragments are joined by an enzyme called ligase later. And what do you call these fragments? These fragments are called as Okazaki fragments. Okay, so in lagging strand or discontinuous strand, what you can say, there are small fragments. These fragments are said to be what? Okazaki fragments. Can you tell me why? Please write in the chat box the name of the fragments I said now. Okazaki fragments. Now, can you tell me why on this strand Okazaki fragments are formed? Why it is discontinuous? In this strand, if you look at, it is continuous. There is no issue at all. It is synthesized new. There is no problem. But only in this strand, this new strand which is formed, that is always there in fragments. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why, friends? Use the chat box. No idea? If you don't have any idea, you please write there no. If you don't know the answer, you write no. So then I can continue. Okay. So if you don't know answer, the thing is that, remember, the DNA synthesis always taking place there in the 5' to 3' direction. Okay. DNA synthesis can be taken place there only in the 5' to 3' dash. Now you see this DNA strand. This is the parent strand. The parent strand, if you look at, you see this is the 5' to 3' direction. Okay. So in this DNA strand, you can see that now one point you look at here, the polymerase enzyme can add nucleotides only at 3rd carbon atom. I mean 3 to 5' direction. That means new strand, always the new strand synthesizing in 3' to 5' direction. So because of this reason, then because polymerase enzyme will place the DNA, I mean nucleotide only at 3' end. So this is the 3' end. So this is the 3' end of the parental DNA. So on the new DNA, the 3' end is other side, opposite side. So it is placed in this direction. One small fragment placed over here. Now look at previous picture. So previous picture, I think it may be very easy for you to understand. Now you see, this is, if you look at over here, small fragments are formed means in which direction the primer can be placed, that you have to keep in mind. Primer can place only there at the 3' end of the parent strand. This is the parent strand. So this is the 3' end. So either primer रख दिया, primer इधर रखने को उसको नहीं होता है. Primer cannot be placed there at the 5' end because primer is always placing at 3' end. Now which is the 3' end here? This is the 3' end. So इधर base रखेगा और इधर से छोटा इधर बनाएगा. ओके, ये कितना ऐसा आगे जाते टाइम इधर रखेगा, ये डायरेक्शन में बनाएगा. So that is what you see over here. So because the new strand always in this direction. Okay, 3' to 5' direction. Okay, look at here. Now look at here. The last point of DNA replication, that is formation of daughter DNA. Now you see this was the DNA, and this DNA is getting replicated. Now look at this picture very closely. If you observe the picture very closely, you can see the things. Now you see this DNA is separated, 2 strands are formed, and both the strands we can notice. Now you see the synthesizing is taking place in this direction. Here the synthesis is taking place in this direction. But on the lagging strand we can notice that you can see Okazaki fragments are formed. But later on, these Okazaki fragments are joined by an enzyme called DNA ligase enzyme. The Okazaki fragments are joined by DNA ligase enzyme. Once all the Okazaki fragments are joined, it becomes one single straight strand. And once the strands are completely formed, then the base is not required. You know that when the people are concreting the building, so before concreting, before adding the mixture over there, what they do, they by using the wooden pieces, they make a base. Once the concreting is over, they will remove that the wooden base. Am I right? Am I right, friends? Am I right? Once the concreting is over, they will remove the wooden base or not? They will remove the base. So same manner, once the DNA is completely formed, then the RNA primer will be removed. RNA primer will be removed, or that will be replaced by another enzyme called DNA polymerase. Okay, so this is about the replication of DNA. And once the replication is over, now you see the replication is over. I told you before, all the things are going on simultaneously. So two new DNA strands are formed. Now two complete new DNAs form. Then immediately it will coil. It will coil like this. The DNA will becomes like this, coiling like this, and that is done by this enzyme DNA gyrase or topoisomerase enzyme. So look at this point. This is a summary. This is a summary. You just look at over here. The separated strands act as a templates for the synthesis of new strand. Now you see these are the two DNA strands which are going to replicate. Now you see the origin is formed and multiple origins are there. This is origin, this is the terminal end, and then you can see that both the parent strands acts as mold for new strand, and ultimately they are synthesizing enzyme, two strands. And remember, DNA replication is always in the 5' to 3' direction. DNA का replication 5' to 3' direction में होता है. Okay, or firstly RNA primer is synthesized and enzyme primase is produces the primer. ये सब points आपका summary है, आप देख लो summary. The presence of DNA dependent DNA polymerase, many nucleotides join with. I'm not reading it, you can understand it easily. Okay, so replication fork will be formed, and once the replication fork is formed, the new strand is going to be synthesized. And when the new strand is synthesized, one strand is a leading strand and another strand will be a lagging strand. In the lagging strand, you can see, now you see here, now you see this is the lagging strand. Okazaki fragments are called, are formed over here because the synthesis is taking place only in the 5' to 3' direction in new strand. So Okazaki fragments are formed. So this is the lagging strand, and all the Okazaki fragments of the lagging strand later on fused together by an enzyme called DNA ligase enzyme. Okay. Now one more thing is that one point I didn't mention before. I told you that yeah, you will get it today itself because I was waiting for this topic to get over. You will get the PPT, everything there in the classroom. Everything is provided there in the classroom. So now already it is there in the classroom that I did not release. That is there in a draft manner. Once this class gets over, so I will release today itself. You will get it. Okay. So suppose if any wrong nitrogen base is coming over there, the DNA polymerase enzyme will not accept that wrong nucleotide to be placed over there, because if the nucleotide is not pairing, if it is not complementary, it will be rejected immediately. Okay, that is what is written here. If a wrong base is introduced in the new strand, while proofreading, who is proofreading that? Maybe yaad rakhna, DNA polymerase enzyme. So DNA polymerase enzyme will do the proofreading, and then that such nitrogen bases will be thrown out. Yeah, nucleotides will be thrown out. Okay. अब इधर एक पॉइंट भी देखने का, ये replication is a process. I told you all the events are taking place simultaneously. It won't take much time. Even within short period of time, it can be completed. Even in E. coli, you see the replication completed in 38 minutes. So around 2000 base pairs are there, and in 38 minutes, the process will get over there. Okay. Now you see this part. This is the parent DNA. This is a parent DNA. You see the color of the parent DNA strands, blue color. Now two DNA strands are formed over here, new two DNA. And now look at the color of both the daughter DNA strands. One strand is, every DNA is having two strands. Am I right? Every strand is having two, DNA is having two strands. Here in daughter DNA also you can say two strands are there. But one strand is red in color, that is totally new strand. And the old strand, another strand is blue color, that is belongs to the parent strand. So parent strand, parent DNA is having two strands. One is given to this daughter and another one is given to this daughter. So both the DNAs are getting one strand. That means once DNA replicated, two strands will be formed and this parent will disappear forever. Then there is no more parents. But if you look at the daughter DNAs, half the parent strand is conserved or preserved over there. And so this kind of DNA replication we call semi-conservative mode of replication. Now you see, friends, you can take any color. The color is there just for representing that. Then you just to make it clear that the DNA strand is divided equally to the daughter strands. So the coloring is not anything specific like that. That is just to representation purpose. That is just to understand by you easily. Okay. That means the red strand is newly synthesized. Even it can be black, I cannot put over here. It can be yellow, it can be green or anything else which is attractive over there. Means it is to make it very clear. Okay. So this is called a semi-conservative mode of replication. Now you see we will go for another pole. Okay. So now let us go for another pole. I'm launching one pole. Get ready for that. You get only 1 minute time. Please do it fast. See, the time is over. Now still 12 students are there to answer it. Actually, time is over. Do it fast. Come on, fast. Come on, fast. Only 66% of people voted now. 66% people. Others are not doing it. Whatever is your answer, you write. Whatever is the answer, may be correct, may not be correct. Depends. I will tell you that. This is an important question. Anytime you can expect this kind of question. Okay, now instead of 1 minute, I have given you more than 2 minutes and I'm going to end the polling. Only 66% of people have given me the answer. So now I'm sharing the result also. Now remember, when this kind of questions are coming in front of you, so you don't skip the question. Sometimes the answer may be difficult for you to understand, but it's very easy. See the ligase enzyme where we use now. You are seeing your result there on the screen, so I'm not repeating it. The ligase enzyme where we discuss it right now, where the Okazaki fragments we discuss it. Okazaki fragments there, the fragments to join. So to joining purpose, the ligase enzyme is used. Okay. Now the polymerase enzyme is used while synthesizing the DNA for the synthesizing construction purpose. Okay, just like the, so ligase we can say that is a cement material, concreting material. Polymerase enzyme we can say that is the mercenary who is keeping the bricks one above the other and doing the work. Now, what is this endonuclease enzyme? Okay, endonuclease enzyme, remember, this is a cutting enzyme. This is a cutting enzyme. Endonuclease enzyme is used to cut the DNA. Okay, the very beginning at one location I told you about the endonuclease enzyme. Very beginning of the replication part means where the DNA origin develops. Nick, if you look at the slide later, you can see that nick the DNA. Nick the DNA means cut the DNA. Cutting, cut takes place. So that is an enzyme which is used to cut the DNA. That is endonuclease enzyme is a cutting enzyme. And a transcriptase enzyme, that is the transcription purpose. I'm not that is enzyme is not related to here. Okay, so you can see that these are the 4 different types of enzyme I mentioned here. Now you just look at the answer over here. Polymerase enzyme 45 people. Second comes to endonuclease. Third comes transcriptase enzyme, and last comes ligase enzyme. Now look at the question. The molecular knives of DNA. Knife means what? So, that is an instrument which is used to cut. The molecular knives of DNA means knife means a cutting instrument है. So DNA cut करने के लिए कौन सा knife use किया? Even scissor बोलेगा तो भी answer correct है. Scissor बोलेगा तो भी इधर का point. Scissor होने दो, knife होने दो. Biological scissor बोलता है, biological knife बोलता है, या molecular knife बोलता है, molecular scissor बोलता है. ये scissor knife आपका मन में कभी भी किधर भी आएगा तो तुरंत याद रखना that is restriction endonuclease enzyme. Got it clearly? Restriction endonuclease enzyme. But it is very sad to say out of 32 students, now 32 students, you see only 66% are answered. Just you can count over here how many are there, how many done is. That is very bad. I want a response from your end. So all of you have to respond whether it is correct or not. You know which answer you are given. I don't know which answer you are given. I don't know who are the people participants over here. Because this I'm doing it now. In between, I'm giving you a break. So that break is not useless. That break is taking your knowledge. So whenever I give this, I have the poll in between. I'm keeping all these things ready in my hand because I want to check your knowledge in between. So when I use this one chat box, that is minimize it. So all these things are there. So you have to respond whether your answer is correct or not. That you only knows. No one else, even myself, don't know who answered, which is your answer and how many participants. I know only the number. I know only the number, how many participants. Even you can see on the screen. What you are seeing on the screen, that only I see over here. Okay, so participate. I stop this one. I will go ahead now. So now we go to the topic. Next one is done. Now look at this part. Replication of DNA is getting over. Now in this DNA replication, we said one important point. What kind of DNA replication we have seen? We said that this is semi-conservative mode of replication. Okay, okay, your words are encouraging. Some of you responded to me. Wrote to me that is really good and interesting, sir. So I enjoying that. Always your feedback I consider and I will take it seriously. So always give me feedback. So anytime when you give the feedback, I can improve myself over here. Even chat box, one student gave me as a feedback. I made arrangement over there. I think that now everybody getting, I say everyone publicly, and so you should have to tell me that. So sometimes I'm forgetting to manage all these things because every now when we start the lecture, before that we have to do a lot of arrangement over here. Okay, so I forgot to make that arrangement today. That correction, that checking I did not do. So now only I did. Okay, anyway, so this kind of feedback helping us to improve. So please give the feedback. Feedback is always welcome. So now I told you that semi-conservative mode of replication of DNA. But some scientists, every time that when somebody is saying something, so there must be a confirmation. So like your chemistry experiments. So this kind of experiments you can see over here. Watson and Crick said that this is semi-conservative mode of replication, but that is confirmed by one scientist. His name is that two scientists they together did it. So their name is that Messelson and Stahl. And this experiment is also examination point of view very important. Every now and then they are asking this question. Okay, you should study it well. Okay, now what is this experiment? It's very simple to say. If you understand this chart, this experiment is clear to you. Then what they did, they took the DNA, especially E. coli DNA, bacterium. They used the bacterium for studying it. So they took DNA of bacterium E. coli, and that DNA they kept there in a culture medium. They kept in a culture medium where N15 nitrogen there, isotopes. So N15, this what you can say, radioactive N15 there, medium, they placed it. So once they cultured there in this N15, what happened? So they got one next generation. Again they cultured in this N15. Again they cultured in N15. Okay. So ultimately they got DNA strand that is containing all nitrogen bases are N15. All the nitrogen bases are of N15, and they conducted one particular experiment over there, one centrifugation method they followed, and they noted that what is the density of this DNA strand, and they recorded the density over here. Now you see at the base, because it is heavier, since it is N15, they noted that the DNA strand is having only N15, so that is denser, and so it is at the bottom of the test tube or whatever it is. So that is at the bottom. Okay. So all the DNA strands that is of N15. Now what happened? After culturing in N15 for 2-3 generations, they transferred this DNA into another medium that contains N14, that is normal. N15 is heavier and N14 is normal. Are you getting me what I say, friends? I'm doing it little fast because time. Okay. So from N15, the DNA was all N15 nitrogen bases. They transferred that DNA into N14. So when they transferred into N14, they got a first generation, because in N14 the DNA divided. One DNA they transferred to N14 and it divided. And when it divided, they got first generation. That first generation is like this. And they checked its density. Its density they checked. Okay. And when they checked the density, they got a density area something middle like this. Okay. And another strand what they did, they took one more experiment there. That is one DNA strand they completely cultured there in N14. They completely cultured in N14, and they got a DNA like this, fully N14, and they check the density. They find out that it is lying over, because it is light in weight, so it is here. So they marked this density line, means because it is lighter, it was floating over there, we can say. So they marked it as N14 completely, and when it was in N15, it marked it as like this. And after that, they cultured this N15 in N14 medium. The first generation they got like this, and then they checked the density. They noted that it is neither at N15 nor at N14. ये दोनों का बीच में हो गया. ये दोनों का बीच में हो गया first generation. Okay. So in the first generation they noted that completely N14 का जगह पे नहीं है the density layer, और completely N15 का जगह पे भी नहीं है, ये दोनों का बीच में है. So इसमें से they noted that, so the DNA replication is in a generation after generation, they noted that it is the density is decreasing, it becomes lighter and lighter. That is what they observed. So this experiment proves that the DNA is semi-conservative in nature. Okay, now you see this experiment, you can understand what I said in the previous slide. Now you see, this is N15, totally N15. Look at the density. कहाँ हो गया? ये DNA कहाँ लोकेट रहे? अभी लेयर किधर लोकेट हो गया? ये हेवी होने के वजह से टेस्ट ट्यूब का नीचे हो गया. ओके. After that, what they did, they kept in N14. They kept in N14 for 20 minutes. They kept in N14 for 20 minutes, and then they noted its density. Yam nahi hai, ye thoda aage ho gaya, idhar ho gaya. See the layer over here. And after that, after 40 minutes, they noted that a mixed culturing over there, because the red becomes again with green, the green becomes with green. So it is totally N14, N14, AB N14, N14. This again becomes N14, N15, क्योंकि ये N15 का लेयर उधर है, so ये लेयर डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं होगा, हमेशा ऐसा लेयर उधर रहेगा. So because of that reason, when they did the centrifugation, they got N14 का लेयर, 15 का लेयर, हाइब्रिड का लेयर इधर मिला, N14 का लेयर इधर मिला है, और डेंसिटी है तो N15 है तो इधर जाएगा. So from this experiment, they confirmed that the DNA replication is always semi-conservative mode of replication. अभी मैंने आपको क्या बताया है, इधर एक साइड में दिया है, खाली देखेंगे तो आपको मालूम पड़ेगा. ये N15 का मीडियम, ये N14 का मीडियम. ओके, सो कल्चरिंग कर दिया, कल्चरिंग करके ये पूरा कंफर्म कर दिया, ये पूरा नाइट्रोजन 14 कंटेनिंग, ये पूरा नाइट्रोजन 14 है, N14 है, इधर पूरा N15 है. और उसके बाद क्या हो गया, कल्चरिंग करते टाइम दे कंफर्म दैट N15 medium to N14 medium में कल्चर कर दिया repeatedly, one generation, second generation, like that they have done, and they noted the density. So क्या कर दिया है, they noted that ये सेमी कंसर्वेटिव मोड ऑफ रिप्लिकेशन का वजह से N15 का उधर भी डेंसिटी नहीं है, N14 का उधर भी नहीं, दोनों का बीच में उनको लेयर मिला है न्यू आफ्टर फर्स्ट जनरेशन. ओके, because of time constraint, I'm not explaining much now. Vishal, I will do it again when we start next class. I mean tomorrow, when we repeat, I will repeat it once again, and then I will go to the next topic. Okay, because because next 10:30 students are waiting, so I want to wind up. That is why I'm going little fast. I know that this area I'm going little fast. I told you beginning also. I will repeat it surely tomorrow. I will start with the Messelstein-Stahl experiment also. I'm trying to conclude it. Okay. So finally, they noted that this is a semi-conservative mode of replication. So rest of the things we will see. We will repeat it tomorrow. There is no issue. If any doubt, if any part you find it difficult to understand, you can tell me. So we can correct accordingly. So now again, I'm going for a last poll. That is a last poll, and after that we will leave. So tomorrow we'll meet again at 9 o'clock. Till then, you can take a rest. You can enjoy yourself.